What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Serpentine Gaming Channel. My name is Ayrton Shelley, and my first ever Xbox gamer tag was Serpentine68. I actually stole that account from my brother, believe it or not, and he gave up on it. I was like 9, playing Halo 2 on his account all the time, and he just gave up and made his own. But anyway, we wanted to start a little gaming channel. We play like 80 to 100 hours of games every week. I have no life, apparently. But anyway, we figured we'd do something cool with it and start a little channel. I greatly enjoy watching Jim Sterling and Angry Joe, Young Yao, and several other channels. So we figured we'd just have some fun and see exactly how far we could take this thing. So um, pretty much we're just going to start off here with a little impressions video of Minecraft Dungeons. Now, I've actually been looking forward to this game ever since I saw it debuted at E3. I want to say that was 2 years ago, but correct me if I'm wrong. Might have been last year. I can't really remember off the top of my head. But was really looking forward to this game. I'm a big fan of Diablo, just kind of those top-down RPGs. And there was a game a long time ago from like 2000, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, and it actually had a sequel. Two of my favorite games of all time. Just these button smashers, top-down button smashers. Just it's nostalgic for me, and I find them incredibly fun. Now, I'm not the biggest Minecraft fan in the world. I'm not really artsy enough to play regular Minecraft and go in and build something extremely beautiful. I was really that guy who you were building something with, and then I would just attract a bunch of creepers and watch it crumble, and you hated me. But this gives me a chance to kind of look into the Minecraft universe in a totally different light. Um, it it's honestly it has a different feel to it than I expected. It's Minecraft with a different feel. So when you're going into levels, it has this Dark Souls feel where you have a narrator telling you about what you're about to embark on, kind of like you're going. It has a different feel. So we played the first mission, Creeper Forest. Now, we played it on the hardest difficulty that you can start off on, which is default 3. They don't allow you to play on anything harder until you beat a farther mission in the game. So this is just an initial impressions on the game. In the future, we are going to review the entire game, kind of have it segmented and scripted, and see if you guys enjoy that video. But we wanted to start off just with our general impressions. The game just came out today. Maybe you don't even know if you want to spend the 20 bucks on it, or maybe, it's 3 gigs and is it even worth turning on? So, it is, it's actually a really interesting game. I like how the level up progression in the game works and the gameplay just in general. So it is a button smasher, whether you're on PC using a mouse, which on PC with a mouse, you can play the entire game with, as long as you have 2 mouse buttons on the side. I know some mice come with like 12. You can pretty much do everything with your mouse. If you're using a controller, it's not that bad either. So I really like how it feels. One thing I'm really curious about is if this is going to get ray traced like regular Minecraft. I'm a big fan of graphics cards and computers and whatnot, and it would be pretty sweet to see this thing ray traced. But moving on from that, so we'll go into the combat. So the combat is just a button smasher. So if you're using a controller, you're going to be smashing the A button 1,000 times, or you're going to be hitting your left mouse button 1,000,000,000 times. As you kind of get to select your enemy by who you're looking at, and that's who you're going to swing. But it really is a run in and just button smash and kill everything. Now, sometimes those games get kind of boring, but what's really nice about this first mission, the Creeper Forest, is that we get a lot of variety of enemies. So not only do you just have some generic enemies, but you also have that generic enemy souped up a little bit. A bigger enemy that has a whole lot more health, one that's going to do a lot more damage to you. And if you're just kind of running and gunning the entire time, you might get trapped by a couple of these bigger enemies and sucked into a hole. And there you go. If that does happen to you, one really nice thing that I like about it is if you're playing with teammates, you actually have 30 seconds to revive your teammate, kind of like if you're playing Fortnite or Apex Legends. It gives you an opportunity to pick them up before they're actually dead. I believe it's 30 seconds, so if you're running around in circles because you have no health, you might not be able to get back to them. But it gives you an opportunity to save a game when it's falling apart, which I think is just awesome. When it comes to archery, which is a big part of Minecraft, it was a little different than I really expected. So it's the right mouse button or just like B button on the controller. As long as the enemy that you're trying to shoot at is within your line of sight, and you shoot the arrow and you have that enemy selected, the arrow is going to hit them. You can actually upgrade a specific bow in this first level up high enough that as long as you just basically have a trigger finger and you are hitting that right mouse button as fast as you can rapid fire the thing like a machine gun on Call of Duty or something. It's kind of crazy. 100 arrows really isn't that many arrows when you're shooting them that fast. But this entire mission had a really nice variety of enemies. So we started off with just generic enemies that had a few overpowered ones, and as we moved on, we got into creepers. We also got into some spiders, some sorcerers that basically turn enemies into just outrageous killing machines. So it had a whole lot of variety. And as well as going through the mission, there was also some hidden gems. So like we opened a door that we didn't think was there. When we opened that door, it opened up a dungeon for us, and we went in this entire part of the map that we didn't know was even there. So it took us into this dungeon where, it's just you go from being in a forest to being in the dungeon. So even more variety there. It looked really nice. A few slight different enemies. We had some items we collected, some armor, health, weapons, and then we came back out of the dungeon, back into the forest to save these villagers, which I don't really care too much about, like Doom. Doom used to have some unlockables where like you'd pull a switch and it'd open a segment and you'd go play an old mission from the original Doom game or something. That's cool and all, but I used to not really care about that. But this really gives it a extra feel of variety. Like, hey, what's in here? What kind of armor can I find? Speaking of armor, one thing that's really cool about this game is not the progression system is cool with how you're leveling up, but as you level up, you basically unlock skill points, and these skill points you can use to upgrade your weapons or your armor. So either one, you can kind of do whatever you want basically. But the one downside to this is that if let's say you want to make your sword a fire sword, and instead of making it where you can swing faster, you upgraded your ability to do more damage. Well, once you do that, that is it. You're upgrading only power. You can't switch and go to speed instead of power. It's not how it works. You have to pick up a different weapon. Now, that's not the end of the world. I just know from like playing Dark Souls, you like to get, you want to upgrade things a specific path, and you just can't switch it back, which is kind of unfortunate in some certain ways, but it's really not a big deal. It works the exact same with upgrading armor. Once you pick a certain direction, whether you want to be able to run faster or you want to be able to take more hits, you pick one and that's what you got. Moving on from there, there's a lot of cool things that you can put in your bar, like these rocket arrows. Basically, they have a set amount of time once you use them. Giant explosion, and can save you in some instances. At least in the difficulty that we were currently on, you had a potion that just kind of had a reset about probably a minute long. Once that minute went away, you'd get another potion. I'm sure that as you go up higher in the difficulty levels, that goes away. So for the most part, I really have enjoyed this game so far. We've only played one mission. We are going to beat the entire game and then throw in a whole review together. And it is release night, and I have to work in the morning. But I think I'm going to play this for another like 3 hours because I don't really like my job anyway. But it was a really fun game. You guys should definitely check it out. If you enjoyed this video, hit us with a like, a share, and a subscribe, and let us know what you thought about it in the comments section down below. One thing I want to hit actually, and I shouldn't have said all that, but I don't want to record it all again, is loot boxes found their way in here. And I haven't played Minecraft in forever, and I don't know if Minecraft has loot boxes, but this game, it isn't necessarily just pointed towards a younger group of people, but I know nieces and nephews that are 9, 10, 12 years old that are going to be playing this game. And loot boxes are just everybody complains about them. And in certain circumstances, I don't think they're bad. I play Apex Legends like the world is ending. And loot boxes, in my opinion, that's fine there. It's a free-to-play game. and it's not directed at children. But this is directed partially at children. Loot boxes do not need to be in it. Not only are there loot boxes, but there's DLC characters. I'm sure this is probably in Minecraft as well, but I just think it's crappy for a game that isn't free to play to have any of it. You don't need loot boxes. Do something else. This game is pushed towards a younger group of people. Come on. But with that being said, hopefully it's not absolutely insanely monetized, and have some extremely greedy tactics. Because I know some kids, myself at 12, who easily would have grabbed mom's credit card to buy loot boxes for a game I liked. So hopefully it doesn't work out that way and it's not super outrageously egregious. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Now I can actually end it. If you guys like this video, please like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. If you liked it, if you hated it, if I should go away, let us know what you're thinking down in the comment section. And we will catch you guys on the Serpentine Gaming channel in the next one.